Yo, Hendo here with Average Use Slo-Pitch. Today we're bringing out the brand new Worth Bedlam. Again, a Phil Mat exclusive here. This is a 12.75 half-ounce end load, just like the previous model, one-piece model, that black and orange. This one's got kind of that darker green, almost military paint job. I do believe this is releasing during Military Worlds, so here around the middle of September. By the time you see this video, there may already be a date out. You may have already seen it kind of posted with this as well. If there is a date, I'll include it here in the video as well. But right around September 19th is my guess for the drop date on this one. Not sure exactly what they're going to call it. Maybe it'll just be called a Bedlam, but we're going to call it the military edition version. I saw Phil swinging this, I believe it was this one, out at the Evansville Duel. And I got to say, it sounded every bit as good, or looked every bit as good as the OG, with a slightly different sound. So excited to put some swings on this one. We're back out here at Apodaca. We got 330 to left, 380 with the batter's eye, maybe 390, whatever it is, but to center, and then 340 down the right field line. And then the gaps kind of just determine, power alleys depend on where we kind of hit the ball, but somewhere between that 360, 370 mark. So we're going to start with 52s just to see kind of how it performs with those. Probably 5 to 10, 52, good 52 swings for each of us. And then we'll swap over to our normal Pro-Ms, ZNs, and Razos. Come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, not sure exactly what they're calling it just yet, but we're going to go with the military edition one-piece Bedlam of Phil Mats. I just say that because of kind of that green paint job. I do believe this one will release right around Mil Worlds. By now, you may have already actually seen the release date, but at the time of filming this, I didn't have one yet, so that's what I think is going to occur there. And this one's sitting right at about 260, so pretty spot on actually with the other Bedlams. We'll probably give it about 50-ish swings, probably no really more than that, just because we know it doesn't need a lot. If for some reason it's not feeling opened up, then we'll add more, but around 50 is all we're going to do on this one, and then we'll come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, like I said, we're going to start with 52s real quick, kind of see what this thing's all about with those. I don't know if we swung 52s on the previous one-piece Bedlam model. And then from there, we'll jump into 52s, or sorry, into Pro-Ms.
94 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think you're used to it.
It handles 52s pretty well.
92 miles per hour.
Fucking nailed that one.
84 miles per hour.
On Wednesday.
99 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour. 80 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour.
Yeah, if you're forced into using 52s with this, like let's say again, you pick them up, I'll just use Canada as the example. It's performing well with them. I mean, you're getting that normal one-piece feel. It feels a little on the softer side, but you expect that if you're going with the Bedlam, or really, I think really any of the Worth bats other than like the Resi, or possibly, what was it we swung recently? KP's new bat. His doesn't feel quite as soft either, but you're still getting the performance. You just have to kind of do some BP and learn the feedback.
88 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
I don't know what more you want out of a USSSA bat than that with a 52.
I'm robbing that.
Way up in the tree, and we don't have to go retrieve it because it came back.
85 miles per hour. 103 miles
Never mind,
per
there's
hour.
the more performance you want. Well, you saw there's the 52 performance with this. I mean, I think just about everyone was kind of real forgiveness here. Ball's jumping off, so good to know. It also lets me know too that if you get the real cooked Pro-Ms at certain tournaments, like for instance, we're going to BSC Worlds. Well, again, actually, I don't know when this video is dropping, so maybe I had already gone to BSC Worlds. But either way, down in Columbus, it gets real hot. Those balls, hopefully we're keeping them in the shade. But if you're not, you're swinging a little mushier ball, you know something like this is going to perform if it's doing well kind of with the 52s. And then as we've mentioned before, our Pro-Ms, I just ordered about 6 dozen new balls, so we'll have some more cycling in with ZNs and Razos. But this is the same batch I think now. We've been using majority of them since, what month are we in? August, so probably since April time frame. So they've got a lot of swings on them too. And so when these bats are still performing with them, you know that's the low end of what you're gonna see performance-wise. And you should only see upticks based on the better balls you're using. All right, here we are, Pro-Ms, like I mentioned, and we mentioned every video, but obviously I know that everyone watched every video. We've got regular ZN Pro-Ms and Razo Pro-Ms. And when I say ZNs, not the hardcores, no classic M's out here, no stadiums, no super dupers, anything like that.
103 miles per hour.
All right, obviously we swung 52s. That was like the third Pro-M swing so far. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this Bedlam, they've changed the tech for sure because for me, even from swing number one with the orange and black, it felt a little too soft, pretty much regardless of where you caught it. Now, obviously, as you got lower with it or really higher with it, you get a little stiffer feel. But so far, even from the 52s, it didn't feel overly soft, which is surprising. And then now with the Pro-Ms, it's got a different feel, and that ball's absolutely jumping off. I mean, we're talking 30-ish, 20, 30 swings of 52s, and now we're at less than 10 with Pro-Ms. And that was 103 with a slight, I mean, not launch angle, but on a line, which for me is a huge improvement because I've seen the Worth, Easton, like the Rawlings line Micans, a little lower on the exit velo than we kind of expect, and I think it's because of the slightly softer barrels. So this could definitely be a game changer for anyone who didn't want to go with the Bedlam. I've heard people not want to go with the first Bedlam for like the paint job. Okay, fine, orange and black, didn't like it. I think this one looks pretty sweet. There's gonna be one more model drop in here soon as well. Again, not sure the drop date on this, so there's a chance that one more model video already dropped. If that happened, well, then I apologize for misspeaking here. But I think the paint job is better, and I've heard people say, hey, that one barrel was too soft compared to like the one-piece resi. Well, I think this has solved that one, and I already thought the first Bedlam was better than the one-piece resi, so this might be the one to go with going forward.
87 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour.
Holy moly.
93 miles per hour. 80 miles per hour. 98 miles per
I was a
hour.
little low on the barrel. Yeah, the forgiveness is, it's always been really forgiving, and now, like I said, with them stiffening it up, it's a game changer for me.
88 miles per hour.
Where did you catch that ball? Is that all sweet spot?
Yeah, I want to say it felt
It
good.
sounded great.
86 miles per hour.
86 knuckler. That's a hard.
97 miles per hour.
I don't care what the speed that ball's matched. Dude, could you imagine swinging brand new balls or like hardcores right now? This ball would be, I mean, it's already flying, but it'd be flying.
102 miles per hour. 89 miles
This would
per
be the
hour.
one to test the
He's,
ball.
86 miles per hour. 98 miles per hour.
dude, 98 knuckling, curving all over the place. We're around the world.
88 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour.
Killing
I'm
ball.
fucking touched.
Go!
Dude, that was murder.
It took me
89 miles per
Tell you
hour.
lift way too much, and it doesn't even matter. We're done. We're done. That's good. Between all of us, Pro-Am wise on here, we're right at about 50 swings probably. 52s, we're at about 30. So we got about 80 swings on here. As far as what that counts towards the no kidding compression side of it, I don't really know how much. I probably should one of these days see kind of what a 52, and actually there's a video idea for when the season ends. We'll come back and see what a 52 does to a new bat, side by side against Pro-Ms, compression wise. But either way, 80 overall swings, bat feels great. I didn't think there was much of a way to improve over the first one-piece Bedlam, but I think they did it here. So let's go see what the final compression's at, see if maybe, if it's still holding, which the one-piece black and orange wasn't doing a great job of. This will be definitely a game changer and move right up into one of those top 5 slots for us, ranking-wise, up on that average Slo-Pitch ranking system. All right, just real quick, again, this one to me, one of the best, if not the best kind of Rawlings one-piece so far this year. But this was probably the most recent other Rawlings one-piece release, the KB23. This is the N-Load 12.5 model. We're just gonna throw about 5-ish swings, good barrels on both, just to kind of check the performance against each other, just because I think that's kind of a decent comparison. Both of them are N-Loads. This is 12.5, the Bedlam's a 12.75. So we'll see how they perform, just for kind of a quick side-by-side, and then we'll come back with final compression, final thoughts with the Bedlam.
97 miles per hour.
I also,
96 miles per
that's
hour.
towards the end. Doesn't matter. The forgiveness on the Rawlings are just, I think that's their biggest selling point, is how forgiving they are with still maintaining pretty high-end performance.
95 miles per hour.
Okay, well that seems sufficient with that. Let's go ahead and put that next side by side with the Bedlam.
Absolutely abused by mosquitoes out there.
Do you have spray?
No, I was like,
Dude, I meant to bring some. I forgot some too. That's the only problem, man. As it gets warm here, we have water this grass and shit.
$93 miles per hour.
Slight miss.
93 miles per
Not
hour.
a miss. I don't think. Maybe it was a miss. I don't know. I mean, there are a couple ball marks up high on the barrel, but that could be from earlier. The sound, though, I might have caught a little high at the sweet spot. But either way, I'll take that all day off of that fence there.
93 miles per hour.
Well, we found a consistent spot. 93 seems to be the number.
92 miles per hour.
All arms.
105 miles per hour.
Yes.
97 miles per hour.
Two good ones and we're done. I don't know how many balls left, but two good ones either way.
98 miles per hour.
There's the sweet spot. Woo!
103 miles per hour.
103 knuckleball.
90 miles per hour.
Oh boy. Okay. There's our comparison piece. While they're both very good, I still think this is, in my mind, the best of the one-piece Rawlings bats I've swung this year. My favorite probably one piece of the year, broken in wise, was probably the Kinetic. And I would say Kinetic, this, and then the APG4 for me, the sweet spot was one of the top ones. I never really got around to like the forgiveness for me. Game-wise felt a little off, but you want to compare kind of those three. For me, these are all kind of like that 1A, 1B, 1C. Great product from Worth. Their first one was already great, and in my mind was arguably the best one piece. The softer barrel is what I think turned a lot of people off. But let's go ahead and see where this is compressing at. We're gonna go and let it sit in the shade, cool down a little bit while I pick up some of these balls, and then I'll come back compression, then a real quick final thoughts. All right, now that we're swings complete with what I'm calling our military edition one-piece fill mat Bedlam, let's see where it's testing at. It is a little warm out here. Barrel still feels a little warm, but we did let it sit in the shade here for a little while, so hopefully this is pretty accurate here. And honestly, still sitting right at 255, 260, which is awesome to see for the fact that we got, I think it was about 70 swings on it between 52s and Pro-Ms. And for how good it feels, it's 100% game ready at this point. It was probably game ready a few swings in, but we'll talk about it a little more in the final thoughts. All right, we're complete here with the Worth Bedlam. Again, I'm gonna call this the military edition, Phil Matt's signature model. And like I kind of talked about as we were swinging it a little bit towards the end, whatever Worth did to kind of change this a little bit to stiffen up the kind of barrel and overall feel, to me made a huge difference overall. I already thought the orange and black one-piece Bedlam was possibly the best one piece out this year, especially if you didn't care about compression, because it did come down pretty fast. But this one felt great with the 52s. You barely had even a soft feel then, and then once you switched to the Pro-Ms, it felt great. You could tell feedback-wise where you were catching the ball based on the hands and sound, and the ball absolutely jumped off the barrel. And the best thing for me was, even though it started low compression, now that we are 60 or 70 swings in, it's still holding just fine. So the fact that it's basically game ready, you can take this thing out there, give yourself 30, 40, 50, even 60 swings with 52s as you're rotating the barrel, get nice and comfortable with it, and then I think you'll be able to game it for a while at this point, seeing as it's still at 260. And again, I can feel it right now, this barrel's still hot. Sun's absolutely beating down on it, so I'm sure, not at elevation, and not sitting in the sun, if we just hit it, you'll see that compression will sit pretty much at its starting point, even now at that nearly 100 swing mark as well. So great job on this one. Again, as of shooting this, I don't have an exact release date. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this, we've got one. If so, it's gonna be on the screen right now. But I will try to narrow that down prior to the release of this video. If not by the time I release this video, I will then obviously post up on our different social medias and try to then throw a pinned comment here on the video as well with a release date. And then just remember, code ADS on headbangersports.com is going to be your discount here on this one. But stay tuned for it. Again, if you're a one-piece fan and you maybe didn't like the Bedlam before just because it was too soft, they've changed that on this one. Everyone absolutely loved this bat. You saw kind of it compare against that KP23. I think this one, honestly, the KP23 is good, but this one is definitely a step up even from that. So just something to keep in mind there. For me, best one piece probably of the year. Right there, 1A, 1B with kind of the kinetic once you really break it in. But great bat. Hopefully this kind of helped you decide if you're going to pick one of these up or what you're going to do kind of down the road as far as that goes. And then again, if you're somebody who swings 52s, performs great with those as well. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Have a great day.